You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey Days fans, Belinda from Soap Dirt here, and I caught sight of an interesting tidbit about the eventual final scenes for Doug Williams on the Peacock soap opera, and the question is about his daughter Hope Williams and whether she will be part of his memorial. Of course, it's months away, but there's definitely big stuff coming, but before we talk about it, please click subscribe. All right, now let's jump right in. So Bill Hayes passed away January 12th, 2024, after an absolutely amazing life. He was 98 years old. He has played Doug Williams since 1970, and he met real-life wife Susan Seaforth Hayes on the set. They got married in 1974 in real life, and then their characters, Doug and Julie, wed on screen in 1976 using the same vows that the actors did at their home living room wedding. It's very sweet. And we've got more scenes coming of Doug. Should be next week, per spoilers, for February 12th through the 16th. On Friday, and then continuing into Monday, Clyde Weston sends someone to set the Horton house ablaze while everybody's sleeping in their bed, which means he meant to murder them all. Let's be clear on that. So it looks like the Horton house burns down completely, which is a bummer for longtime Days of Our Lives fans. The good news is Julie Williams plans to rebuild the family home, bring it back to its glory. The bad news is Doug, Julie, and their roommates, Chad DeMera, and his kids, Thomas and Charlotte, have no place to live because Casa Horton is in ashes by Monday. So they are going to head over to the Kiriakis mansion where Maggie Horton invites them to stay. The spoilers say Maggie invites them all to move in, so I am presuming between the fire scenes and the moving into the Kiriakis mansion that we are going to see Doug soon. I know there are scenes of the kids and Chad and Julie. I've seen some of that. So Bill Hayes also being seen as Doug Williams makes sense, and he is specifically mentioned in the spoilers for the week of February 12th. But what then? We know Bill Hayes was filming up until December 2023, and that means we should have scenes of him through May or June 2024 because they film roughly 6 months ahead. After that, I am quite certain Days of Our Lives will write a death storyline and host a funeral or a memorial service for Doug Williams that will honor Bill Hayes' amazing legacy at the NBC soap opera. But that also begs the question of whether his daughter, Hope Williams Brady, will be part of these scenes. And will Bo Brady be out of his coma by then? So first off, we know Peter Reckell really wants to be back to Days as Bo. So it would be a momentous occasion if he woke up from his coma in time to accompany Hope back to Salem for her father's funeral. And second is the fact that I know a lot of fans, me included, were very dissatisfied with the Bo and Hope, how it went, because they teased it as this big epic romance. Bo and Hope, the super couple, they're back, but they never were back together. He recognized her as Fancy Face for about 2 seconds, and then Sean shot him. We did not get a Bo and Hope reunion. No, we did not, and we need one. So in case you don't know, by the way, the twisted family history, Doug Williams was married to Julie Williams' mother, Addie Horton, and Doug and Addie had a daughter, and that is Hope Williams. But Addie died from injuries sustained when she was hit by a car trying to protect baby Hope, who was in her little stroller. 2 years later, Addie's daughter Julie married her stepfather Doug. Okay, clearly a very soapy plot. So Hope grew up with her stepmother / sister Julie in her life, and they remain very close. Once they get around to writing a final storyline for Doug, I do expect a funeral and all that good stuff to give fans closure, much as they did for John Aniston and Victor Kiriakis, another Days legend. And they really can't do that without having Hope Brady there. Fans would riot. It would be an absolute travesty. Right now, Hope is at Bo's side as he remains in a coma. after being shot by their son, Sean Brady. If you recall, Brandon Beamer was the only male to be part of the massive cast cuts blamed on ousted Albert Alar. Of course, that's the same Albert Alar who has been named in Ariane Zucker's lawsuit alleging stunning sexual harassment on the job. All right, so Sean was consumed by guilt over shooting his dad, and then he began drinking heavily. He decided to check into outpatient rehab near where his father is convalescing. His sister Sierra Brady is right there too with her husband Ben Weston and their 2 kids. So we really should get not only Hope Brady back for her father's funeral, but also Sean, Doug's grandson, and Sierra, his granddaughter, and hopefully Ben and their kids too. And this would be a momentous occasion to reveal that Bo Brady is out of his coma and healing up after his shooting and brainwashing and all that good soapy stuff, with Bill Hayes having scenes airing through June. The earliest we could reasonably expect a farewell story for Doug Williams would be late summer, maybe even fall 2024. When John Aniston died in November of 2022, they had already shot scenes through May of 2023. And then it was not until August 2023 that Days wrote Victor's death. That was a 3-month delay. If something similar happens with Bill Hayes as Doug Williams, we would see his on-screen death and funeral around September of 2024. I cannot even imagine Susan Seaforth Hayes' devastation right now. Their marriage seemed so sweet and so amazing, and of course had impressive longevity. They would have celebrated their 50th wedding anniversary this year. It feels like a lot of loss on Days of Our Lives the last couple of years. You know, we lost the iconic John Aniston, and his death storyline is still playing out now on the NBC soap because the plot of Alex Kidiakis being his supposed secret son is still ongoing, and it will be for a while. Rob Wilson, who plays Alex, revealed that they shot the wrap to that plot just a few weeks ago. That means it's going to be summer when Teresa Donovan is finally exposed and Xander Kidiakis gets back his birthright. And once that is sorted, that'll be the official end to the Victor exit storyline. But I'm certain he's going to be mentioned forever as long as the soap is still on the air. And that's the same thing for Bill Hayes as Doug Williams. No doubt, as long as Susan Hayes is on the soap, Julie will talk about Doug and how much she loves and misses him. And that goes for Days fans too. Everybody loves and misses him. The one silver lining about Doug's funeral, though, is we should get a glimpse of hope and hopefully of a recovered Bo Brady too. Hey, drop your comments below on what you are hoping for this memorial. Be sure to click subscribe if you haven't already, and definitely come back soon. We're here talking Days 7 days a week, and as always, it is Belinda from Soap Dirt.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.